Hey, Tony Gas is here. Now, I want to talk to you about this right here, standing on truth, and help you understand something. And this really for people who, in every walk of life, honestly, on your job, it's going to apply in your life, in your personal life, in your family life. If you are becoming a life coach, or you are a life coach, if you're going to do a YouTube, it's going to apply in every aspect of life. Because one thing that the truth is going to do is the truth is going to separate you. The truth will separate you from a lie. And what you got to understand is that, ironically, a lie is more comfortable than the truth. A lot of people don't realize that a lie is more comfortable than the truth. And because a lie is like mediocrity. And mediocrity is more comfortable than greatness. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I was talking to my barber this morning, and he was like, man, hey, I seen this thing called the King's Den or whatever. He was like, he texted me yesterday, he was like, man, you ahead of your time. I was like, what you mean? He was like, my homeboy told me to watch this thing called the King's Den. And he was like, man, that's what you was trying to do last year. He was like, you was setting that up last year. He was like, that's crazy that like you ahead of your time. And cause we had like a little, like a little private shelf. We get together, men around the table, and we talk, and talk about different things and build. And he was like, man, you ahead of your time. And then I had produced some conversations like that in 2014 or something like that. And he was telling me all the different people that would come on the show. And I say, here's the thing. I say, this is what you got to realize. I say, if he know who this person is, this person is, this person is, this person is, then he 1000% knows who I am. And same thing happened with the documentary Black Love. They brought on like internet couples. I say, if you know who this couple is, this couple is, this couple is, then you 1000% know who I am. But see, the thing what I've learned about when you stand on truth and you have to speak on things of God, and you have to speak against certain behaviors and certain things that people doing, that right there, it separates you from the average, and it becomes alienating, and it's uncomfortable to be in that space. And now what this guy doing? Okay, all right. It becomes uncomfortable to be in that space, because when you got to speak on stuff, and then you out here and in the world, you're gonna see people clicking up. So it's kind of like, use your job for example. If you take and you go to your job, and you sitting at your job, and people stealing from the job, or they cheating, they cutting, they stealing time, or they stealing materials or something like that, and everybody kind of doing that, and you choose not to do that. Y'all gotta forgive us, the lady, she had like that thing where like your legs get blowed up real big, almost, I don't know what it was called, emphysema or something, or the leg be real big, and people doing that. And it's kind of like us against them. It's like us against this company, us against this corporation. Like, let's steal, let's do this. They doing this to us, they doing this to us. But you looking and you like, listen, I understand this company don't treat us right, but based on my belief system says work as if you working unto the Lord. So for me, if I steal, I have to answer to God. Although I'm getting over on this company, I can't get over on God. So when you say that, and everybody else on the broad road, and you choose to get on the narrow road, that alienates you. So, for example, when Tyler Perry gets sued for fondling booty, I have to speak on that because he represents as a Christian, and he represents as a black man, and he represents as a positive and powerful black man, and he have great messages in his movies through Medea and the other people. So when he get in a lawsuit for fondling on a man, grabbing the man booty cheeks and pulling the man drawers down and pants down and all of that, I have to speak on that and say, listen, we got to do better. Like, we can't be doing this. And then when Kurt Franklin get on the stage with no sleeves on after he been doing curls, and then he got on tight jeans with a cup on and showing a bulge, and then he gyrating hips, I have to speak on that because he represents a Christian, but is performing as like a sex symbol on the stage while he performing and he doing music for the Lord. But instead of being in a, fully dressed, it's like he trying to look sexy and like stimulate women. It's almost like a part of him want to be able to do what Usher could do and what Chris Brown could do. It's like he want that type of adulation, that type of fanfare. And it's like, you're not Usher. Like, you work for the Lord. So like, you can't be, all your chest out, all your arms out, all your meat leg on medium, in tight jeans, thrusting hips and all. Like, that's not called for. Like, you can't be doing that. So when he take and do that, it's like, bro, what you got going on? So he taking and do that right there, and it's like, hold on, man. Like, you supposed to be working for the Lord. So when I take and speak on that, then guess what? Then when I take and speak on W.A.R. Franklin, divorce again with Megan Good, and her kind of having like that seductive, almost kind of giving off a Jezebel spirit. And then here he is, this Christian man, he a pastor. Not a pastor, but he ministers a lot in the pulpit. And then when Torrey Roberts, divorced his wife and got with Sarah Jakes, I had to speak on that. Because you a pastor, you got a wife with 3 kids, you meet Sarah Jakes, y'all start talking behind your wife back, y'all start building, then a year later you finalize your divorce with your wife, the next month you marry Sarah Jakes. So I have to speak on that because you representing Christ, and you a Christian, and you sending a bad message, and you saying that God can't salvage a marriage, that God being in the center of your marriage is not enough, and that you need to upgrade, and you need a woman with a higher calling or a greater purpose. if you a pastor. That's the message that you sending. So I gotta speak on that and say that's a lie from the pit of hell. And if God put you with a woman who was there for you at the beginning of your ministry and help you build your ministry, and she's the lead singer in the choir, and she is the worship leader, and you the pastor, and she give you her life in marriage, and she have not one, not two, but 3 children for you, and she dedicate her entire life for you, and she don't step out on you and go sleep with another man, you under no circumstances of how you feeling can divorce your wife and remarry. That is not of God, especially when you are a pastor, a senior pastor, a lead pastor, a founder and pastor of a church. Under no circumstances can you do that. You have to fall on your face and you have to cry out to God, and you have to ask him to heal everything within you, and to renew you, and to renew your wife, and to renew your marriage, and to renew your heart, to renew your mind. And you have to fight to no end for that marriage because of what you represent and your position in the kingdom. You cannot fold. Same thing with Devon Franklin. If you are ministering every day, every weekend, you cannot go through a divorce. You have to go before God and fall on your face and cry out to the Lord. And you got to make that marriage work. Same thing with Keon Henderson, who divorced his wife as a pastor and then married Shani O'Neal. So, and he in the pulpit. I had to speak on that. So then guess what? I speak on Kurt Franklin, and I speak on Tyler Perry. So then Kurt Franklin called Tyler Perry to say, come on, Den of Thieves. So now they on Den of Thieves together. And so it's like, okay, Kurt, do you not care as a Christian that your Christian brother who been doing Christian content is actually gay, is alleged to be gay, and somebody filing a lawsuit now, and your quote unquote Christian brother is not filing a defamation lawsuit on the white man who filing a sexual harassment lawsuit? So that means that the white man is not lying. Because if the white man was lying, a billionaire is fixing to file a defamation lawsuit. And let me tell you what's not finna happen. You're not fixing to, as a thousandaire, file a sexual harassment lawsuit against a billionaire. And we know Tyler Perry don't have $1 billion, but I believe he probably at least could touch 50 million to 100 million liquid. So I'm telling you, as a millionaire, I'm not filing no lawsuit against a billionaire if there's no truth to what I'm saying. Because if it was that easy, I would file a lawsuit right now on Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg was grabbing my dingleberries out my behind. Mark Zuckerberg walked up to me and just grabbed balls. I was down there to Facebook trying to get a Facebook Live deal, and Mark Zuckerberg told me in order to get a Facebook Live deal, I got to suck on something for him. I want 200 million. Listen, if it was that easy, but let me tell you what a billionaire finna do. If you file a lawsuit on a billionaire and you lying, that billionaire is nothing. It is nothing for a billionaire to drop 1 million on a defamation lawsuit against you. It is nothing. That's easy work. 10 million, it's nothing. That's easy work. Just like Cassie, when she filed that lawsuit, P. Diddy did not file a defamation lawsuit on her because what she said was the truth. So what did he do? He settled. That's what you do when you guilty. You settle. Just like the young lady who filed a lawsuit on Shannon Sharp. He did not file and go through with a defamation lawsuit because what she said was true. You're not fixing to pay nobody tens of millions of dollars if what they saying is a lie. So guess what? I had to speak on Shannon Sharp because he's a black man and he represents black excellence. He's a role model, an example for young black men. So I had to speak on this and say, this is not the example that you need to be setting for young black men. So guess what? Shannon Sharp know me because I done DM him and he opened the DM and read it. So he done seen Tony Gaskins. I also was Ocho Cinco life coach. I'm saying that because that's public record. He said it on Larry King Live. When he went on Larry King Live, he said, I went to work with Tony Gaskins. So my name is big enough for Ocho Cinco to mention me by name on a Larry King interview. You know the white man that had the show Larry King Live? That interview might still be on YouTube or somewhere. So you're not finna mention somebody by first and last name if they not known. And so he said that now. So that's why I can say that. So I was Ocho Cinco life coach. He came to Tampa, that was documented too, and spent a week with me in my Real Man University. Shouts out to him. And it was on the bike of him and Evelyn Lozada. Him headbutting Evelyn Lozada. And that was public record as well. And Evelyn also mentioned me as her life coach in the article. So it's not client confidentiality. It is publicly known that I was both of their life coach. And so Shannon Sharp know who I am. So if he take an interview, this internet person, this internet person, this internet person, he know who I am. But the thing about it is I done had to speak on his lifestyle and how he moving. And so they don't want to bring me on their show to have a conversation for the culture because I don't agree and condone with their lifestyle. So, and this is what I need you to understand. So like, and that's why I say I'm fine standing alone because I got to please God. Like I got to live for God. Like I'm not finna condone somebody's foolishness. I'm not gonna condone my own foolishness. Like if I do something stupid, if I cheat on my wife, I do something stupid, I'm gonna be online talking about myself. And you're gonna hear a full dissertation and explanation about how and why I went wrong. You will hear everything on my heart. I'm not finna do something that is contrary to the word of God and then not explain and teach on the spiritual warfare that put me in that place so that other people could be strengthened and learn and grow and be prepared when the devil come try them like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like these men, it's not that I want them to be perfect. It's that I want them to take responsibility and to own up. Oh, is that a little coffee shop? I want them to take responsibility and to own up to what they doing and what they did wrong, and say, hey, okay, this why I went through a divorce. Because you can't say, oh, nobody don't need to know my business and it's nobody. No, when you is talking and you a public figure, yes, you owe an explanation. Because if you leading people, you could be leading people astray. You could be leading people the wrong way. So yes, the people need a explanation. Y'all forgive me, it's a little coffee shop. I like to support that little stuff. I would film it, put it on TikTok, see if it'll go viral for them, like the coffee shop by my office. But I'm on here filming this video, and see, I can't cut this video, so y'all gonna have to go with me on this here exploration to get the call. And see, the thing about it is, I be about to swipe my card, and auto pay be done came out, and all my money be gone, and then my card, and I have to transfer to it. I don't just leave it on there, because people be hacking and stuff. So I have to transfer to the card. What they say? Good Fruit Roasters. Y'all finna show, come mess with you, my boy. And so we need an explanation. And that's what I be saying. Like, listen, we need an explanation. Ain't no, oh, I ain't got to explain, this my business. No, if you a public figure, we need an explanation. What were you going through that made you call a OnlyFans model? What was you going through? How was you feeling? What was you struggling with? What was you going through? What were you going through that made you go through a divorce as a minister? What was you going through that made you go through a divorce as a lead senior pastor? What was you going through that made you go through a divorce as you lead senior pastor? What was you going through that made you break up with Tracy Deion Sanders after 10 years of engagement and doing TV shows together and her producing your TV shows? Why did you leave her after she produced your TV shows, when she was there for you, when you didn't have nothing going on, when you weren't making millions as a head coach, and Tracy Edmonds was there for you, and she put you on TV and she produced your TV show, and you never married her? Why didn't y'all get married? Explain that to the young men and women who watching you, to understand what goes on in a relationship and how can it fall apart, and what could you have done differently? What could you have done better? Explain that. See, that's my thing that I be wanting them to do, is explain that. Like, talk about that and teach from it. Don't just go through it and then don't say nothing. Because if you loud and vocal with every other opinion and every other lesson, so it's like, so the thing about it is, like, and this is what people don't understand, like, I talked to Deion Sanders on a FaceTime because I wanted to go talk to his team when he was at Jackson State, because I want to support a black man. But me being a relationship coach, when him and Tracy Edmonds broke up, I had to speak on that. Because I'm a leader and I'm a teacher, and I'm responsible to y'all, because God has given y'all the heart to come and support me, to be here with me. So I'm responsible to y'all. Oh Lord, man, I had my breakfast in the car and I forgot, and when I hit that turn, my breakfast done fell over. I had 3 little sausages and an egg. I'm over here like little Mr. Piggy, because I wasn't hungry. I had woke up late to go get my hair cut and wasn't hungry, so I'm just not eating my breakfast. So let me go on up here. But see, he got this thing on, so I don't want it to be too loud. So I'm responsible to y'all. So I have to, when y'all say, hey, Tony, I would like your insight on this. I would like your take on this. Your opinion on this. So I got to speak on it. Because he then, like, look, like, for example, I know Deion Sanders, right? I don't know him. But we done had some text message exchanges, a FaceTime or whatever. So if I'm speaking on, you know, I done had a phone call with Devon Franklin. I done met Devon Franklin in person. I spoke at Tory Roberts' church 3 times and spent time with him, to had several meals with him. I went to Tory Roberts' house. See, I want y'all to understand how I work for God. Like, I'm not like Kev on stage who tell jokes and stuff like that, but don't really stand on business, just like be cool with everybody. That's not my calling. Like, I got to stand on business. Like, I got to teach on what the Lord tell me to teach on. Like, I can't be no comedian that's cool with everybody. I can't be no pastor that's cool with everybody. Like, if I love God and I represent God and I'm a mentor and I'm a leader, and it's people that's sending confusing messages and they doing things that it's not pleasing to God, I have to speak on that. Like, I can't be in that place to where I could be lukewarm and I could be cool with everybody. I can't do that. Like, I have to say, hey, this right here that happened, this is wrong. And this should not be a thing. This should not happen. And we can't live like that. We can't do that. Like, we can't accept that. And so I have to speak on that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. And so they'll look at me like, oh, Tony is judgmental. Tony, it ain't about me being judgmental. It's about me loving the Lord and me walking with the Lord. I don't feel like I'm better than nobody. Like, I'm capable of cheating on my wife. I'm capable of going through a divorce. And if I was to do that, I want to be talked about online. I want my story to be an example to young Christians. I want my story to be an example and a lesson to young men, and especially young black men. Like, if I did that, I would come and talk. So it's like, and think about this. Shannon Sharp never talked to us about why he fell into that debauchery with an OnlyFans model. Give that game. Give that lesson. Keon Henderson never talked to us about, on a viral video, of why him and his wife, why he decided to divorce his wife. What happened in their marriage that made it no longer salvageable and irreconcilable differences. Tory Roberts never talked to us about why he divorced his wife and why it was irreconcilable. Devon Franklin never talked to us about why he divorced Megan Good. So it's like, if you teach about everything else and you got so much game and you got so much wisdom and you doing public prayer online and you teaching on everything else, teach on your mistakes, teach on your flaws, and make sure that go viral. Don't say, oh, I talked about it in this little dead end interview that nobody seen. Oh, I mentioned it in this one sentence. No, make a series of it. Make a sermon of it. The same way you will make a series and a sermon of anything else. Anything else, if you a minister, you got a 3-part, 4-part, 5-part series. Make a 3-part, 4-part, 5-part series before you remarry on why your marriage fell apart, so that everybody in your congregation can learn from the spiritual warfare that you went through and the spiritual warfare that you failed to, so that when they face that spiritual warfare, they can overcome and they can win it. And that's what you got to realize and understand. And so that's what I be wanting. I be wanting to see personal accountability. Like, I talk to y'all all the time about being a womanizer and sleeping with over 100 women before the age of 21, by the age of 21. And I talk to y'all about being in the mindset of thinking that that's what make you a man, and me trying to be pleasing and cool to other men, and me using women as a piece of meat, as disposable. And then how God changed my heart and he interrupted me on the road to Damascus like he did Paul, Saul and turned him into Paul. And that's why my message is what it is, because I used to be a persecutor of women. And that's why now I'm trying to be an uplifter and a supporter and an educator of women, because what I tried to tear down, the Lord has me building up and restoring. So a lot of people, they look at me and they like, oh, this a gimmick, this a game. No, I used to be an abusive boyfriend. I used to be practically an organized pimp. That's what guys used to call me, an organized pimp. I remember a guy came up to me, he said, man, what you doing? Because I had a modeling troupe of 8 girls. He said, what you doing is basically organized pimping. And I never looked at it like that, but it was a young little articulate black guy. You know, he had a good little articulation on him. And when he put it like that, that has stuck with me ever since. I was like, you know what, he kind of right. Like, and I wasn't necessarily doing that with that troop of young ladies, but I was doing that in my life. Like I was the guy, if a guy wanted somebody, a woman to sleep with, they called me. And I was able to just go to a woman and say, hey, go over here to this house. And she go over there to that house and she might sleep with 5 guys. Like, that's the life I was living as a broke man. No. And so I saw the vulnerability in women. I saw the insecurity in women. I saw the lack of knowledge, the lack of wisdom. So God came and he changed me and he restored me. And he put me in a place to where it became a thing of like, no, you finna live right and do the right thing. Like, you finna restore what you tried to break. Like, you finna be different. You finna be better. Like, this thing finna be changed. Like you're not finna, you know, you're not finna live like this. I feel like this lady is ordering up the whole coffee shop. I've been here so long. See what I want. Vanilla, caramel, Americano, latte, cold brew, apple cider, pumpkin spice. Y'all forgive me. Mad balloon, fresh squeeze, first light. Y'all forgive me. Getting this together. And so that's why I do what I do. And that's what I'm calling on black men. Don't just go through spiritual warfare and tell nobody. How you doing?
How are you?
Alrighty, first time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Would like something hot, but what you recommend? Like a
Well, are you more of a black coffee kind of guy?
Yeah.
Or, okay, I can do an Americano, with a shot of espresso cut with water, or I can do a pour-over, which is like a black old-fashioned.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get a little flavor in there. What flavor you think is the best one?
So I like the salted caramel or the vanilla.
Okay, let me do that salted caramel since you said that one first.
All right.
I'm on a FaceTime, so I can't film.
Yeah.
But I work over in Odessa, and it's a little shop just like this.
Oh, really?
And somebody filmed it and put it on TikTok. And I don't want to say this publicly, but you know, the coffee is, you know, but now the line is like this.
Really?
Every day.
What's it called?
See?
You don't know?
See? It's in Odessa on North Mobley. On North Mobley, and it's brown. It's a little brown one. So if you on Gun Highway,
Is it the vanilla bean?
it could be that.
It's like permanent, kind of decorated. And...
It's like this, but it's decorated, yeah, and it's brown. And somebody put it on TikTok because I work right there, and so I used to go and I would be the only one every day. And because somebody put it on TikTok, now it's a line of 50 people. And so I'm like, man, if I wasn't on this FaceTime, I would. You got to have somebody put it on TikTok.
Someone else told me that too. See, we don't have a TikTok.
Yeah. Oh man, you got to do a TikTok. And so after one person did it, then 1 million people did it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's for equivalent. Okay, 2 with some syrup in there. There you go, sir. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony? I'm Trey.
Yes, sir. Trey. Okay, great to meet you. Just let me know when it's ready. I'm on a little quick call. And so this is the thing. What I be calling for is just that men will be responsible. So it's like, listen, for example, Devon Franklin, he minister. He on everybody's stage. He minister. He do movies. And so, and this is why I try to tell y'all, this is why I get outed in the industry, because I spoke on Tyler Perry's situation. I'm a filmmaker. I got movie ideas. We producing a film right now. Y'all funded it. The little short film. Devon Franklin do films. So, but because I have to speak on Devon Franklin friends, Tyler Perry, Torrey Roberts, you think Devon Franklin gonna give me a chance to put my film on the TV? Most likely not, because I had to speak on Tyler Perry. I got to speak on Torrey Roberts. Those his friends. So, Shawnee O'Neal, that's Keon Henderson's wife. I know Shawnee O'Neal because Evelyn Lozada was my client. So me and Shawnee have met in person. Shawnee walked me into VH1. We sat down at VH1 and we pitched my show called Rookie Camp of Love. And I still had to speak on Keon Henderson's situation. So what I want you to understand, and this is what I try to help y'all, understand, but a lot of y'all don't really understand it, because in our world, the real is fake and the fake is real. So what I want y'all to understand is, when it comes to this right here, I'm cut from a different cloth, because I can't fit in with everybody. I can't do what everybody else doing. Like, I can't be like everybody else. Like, I have to speak on this stuff because I want to be able to sleep. And a lot of people think like, oh, this you trying to make yourself sound better than other people, make yourself look better than other people. It's like, no, I fear God. I fear God, and I want people to win, and I want people to live for Christ. I want people to do the right thing. I want people to be that person, you know, and to be pleasing to God, so that when they see God and they meet God, and God say, it's a little girl looking at me, and they see God and they meet God, and God could say, did you do what I called you to do? Did you live for me, or did you live for you? And that's what I want people to understand. So it's like, it ain't about me trying to look better than nobody or talk down on nobody. It's about, I have to please God. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Excuse me. So that's the thing, because it's like, here's the thing, like when you have an audience, you responsible for that audience. So if you want to get up and you want to speak and you want to teach and you want to be heard, and I'm going to tell you what it is. A pastor, a minister, this is how you could tell the difference. If a pastor or a minister, if a minister wants to be admired and wants to be praised and admonished, then they will only speak on their good. They'll only speak on their good. If a minister wants to be a servant of God and used by God, the same energy and effort that the minister puts into their sermons that will raise funds, the minister will put that same energy into teaching from their mistakes. teaching about, because listen, if you're gonna go to war, spiritual warfare, you should have war stories. Don't have wisdom and advice when everything going right. Don't have wisdom and advice when you doing everything right, when everything working out for you. And then when it goes left, when it go wrong, when things don't go your way, now you quiet. Don't have wisdom and advice when it's just going good. Like, speak on this when it's going wrong. Speak on it, like, teach on, like, where the series at of why my marriage failed, why I slept with an OnlyFans model and got a lawsuit, why did I try to sleep with my male castmate as a male director and producer and writer. Like, teach on that. Teach on that. Cause, like, listen, we know Tyler Perry for a lot of wisdom. Like, we know him for a lot of catchy quotes. He get up and he gives speeches, and when he accept an award, it be powerful, it be dynamic. Okay, Tyler, talk to the parents about what they could do to love their son and protect their son, so their son don't grow up sexually confused. Like, talk to the world about whatever it is you went through that made you be a Christian, but then that also have you embattled and going through lawsuits for SA. Like, talk, like, teach on the lessons. Like, if you want to be known and heard and seen for your wisdom when it's good, be known and seen and heard for your wisdom when it's bad. Like, that's where the real lesson at. That's where the real breakthrough at. Like, the lesson ain't in when you doing everything right. The lesson ain't when everything going good. Like, my whole ministry come from being an abusive boyfriend, a womanizer, a liar, a manipulator, a deceiver. My whole message come from that. And that's what I try to get y'all to understand. Like, that's why I was the first one to be a relationship coach that went viral online. I was the first regular, non-celebrity black guy to blow up online for giving advice. When I went viral, the only other advice giver online in quote form was Rev Run. And then whoever was running Rev Run page started stealing my quotes. And I called him out, and he publicly apologized in a tweet. And then Tyrese started building through quotes and giving wisdom. And Tyrese followed me. Rev Run did not follow me, but they followed me, if you get what I'm saying. Then Steve Harvey followed me on Twitter. And Steve Harvey, I tweeted, there's lessons before blessings. And then Steve Harvey turned that into like one of his many sermons at the end of his Steve Harvey show. And it went viral. But that was my tweet sermon. And he followed me, and his producer, or him or his producer, followed me. And so then his page started stealing my quotes. And the reason why I say stealing, because they wouldn't credit me. And then some of my concepts that I would tweet about, he would talk about. He would mention on his show. Because you get quote cards from producers. And I learned that when I went on Oprah, and I sat next to Oprah, and I realized everything Oprah said, she's reading off of a card. It wasn't like just from the top of her head. It was a card that had glue on it, like colored paper. It's like a It's like a 3x5 or a 4x6 card, and it got like orange construction paper glued on it with big bold like 14 or 16 font words on it, and Oprah read off of that. And so my quotes started to go viral. Joel Osteen used my quote without crediting me. Paula White was using my quotes without crediting me. Real Talk Kim was using a bunch of my quotes without crediting me. Steve Harvey. Dr. Phil, one of my quotes that went viral: you teach people how to treat you by what you stop, what you allow, and what you reinforce. That was shown on the Dr. Phil show, and they credited Dr. Phil with my quote. Rev Run was doing it. I'm ashamed to say this. P. Diddy was tweeting my quotes, but he would just put the little squiggly line that you put before the name of the author. He would put that squiggly line and put TG. He didn't at me because he didn't want to shine a light on his darkness. He didn't want to send the women that he was abusing and mistreating to follow me. He didn't want the world to know who I was, so he never added me. P. Diddy, like, I'm giving y'all real game. Now I'm letting y'all know, like, and I ain't saying this to toot my own horn. I'm just letting you know that this is how it works when you really work for God. Like, you can't really, like, everything is built off the muscle. Like, it ain't about Hollywood. It ain't about connections. Like, I am who I am because of God made me, not because nobody put me on, not because I did a collaboration tour. Because the gentleman that I got into it with on Hardly Initiated, his name, the poet, he was a poet. That's all he did. He was a poet. He's like a nurse or something, which I didn't even know men was nurses, but so I learned something right there. But, well, I got a neighbor that's a male, and he was a nurse too. So yeah, I did see a male nurse before, but I didn't know that was a thing. But he was a nurse or something, but he was a poet. And he reached out to me to do a tour with him and with Swole Buddy and the relationship coach with the dreadlocks. And I said no. They went on a tour together, collaborated, and blew up together. That really put him on. That's how he really got on, the poet. That's how he really got on. And then he started doing social media. And he's a poet. So that means he got a silver tongue. That means he good with words. And if you good with words, you going to go viral on videos. And that's how he did it. But see, it's a gimmick. It's not really a ministry. It's not a calling. And that's why he not married. And that's why he talking about relationships and making money off of the space and the conversation of relationships, but not living it by being married and 100% faithful. And so, and then so the young lady came out who was on the show and tried to expose him. And that's what I mean. For a lot of people, for a lot of these men, this stuff is about, it's about fame. It's about being known. It's about being praised. It's about adulation. It's not about purpose. It's not about ministry. It's not about selling out to God. It's not about being sold out to Jesus Christ and loving the Lord with all your heart. Because the poet say he was a Jehovah's Witness. No offense to y'all Jehovah's Witness, but it is a lot of people who have turned their back on God because they grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. And I don't know what y'all got going on over there. But I had family that was Jehovah's Witness, and the same thing. They was kind of like, one of my family members, he passed away now, but he was crazy. He was crazy. He was just really in battle with that Jehovah's Witness. And they used to, Jehovah's Witness used to go around and knock on the doors. My daddy used to let them in, and he'll open that Holy Bible. And boy, listen, before they leave out of there, they were saying the sinner's prayer and becoming Bible-believing, Holy Bible-believing Christians. He would wrap them up. You hear me? I mean, they'll be in there tongue-tied like, huh? He would let them in and minister to them. and show them like, yeah, this watchtower and all that, what you, this ain't the real get down. The Holy Bible is all you need. And they will walk out of there Holy Bible believing Christians. They'll leave that Jehovah's Witness. And that's the thing. So buddy, when we had that conversation, he said, I used to be. He said, I used to be like you. I used to be religious and all in the church and all of that. and he said, I grew up like that. I say, see there? Nope, that's not the same. Because when you know my God, you never changing. You never leaving. When you know the one true God that I work for, you never leaving. So I want y'all to understand, I'm solo dolo, and I got to be. I got to be, because these people want to be part of this industry. This industry is of Satan. This not of God. These people, they worried about just money. Like, yeah, I have businesses. I got online courses. I'm launching the mastermind, the solopreneur mastermind, to teach you how to build your brand by yourself and work by yourself. If you can only count on yourself, or if you can only afford yourself the way that I built my multi-million-dollar brand by myself. I don't have an assistant. I don't have an agent. I don't have a manager. I don't have a publicist. I don't have none of that. And I have earned millions of dollars. So that's why I'm launching a mastermind. So I do business because I got a family to feed. But the engine is purpose and obedience to Christ. That's what it is. And God adds unto my life. God blesses my hand. He blesses the work that I do, because I work for Christ. I don't work for the film studio. I don't work for Netflix. I don't work for iHeartRadio. I don't work for that all right there. I don't do it. I work for God. And I'm gonna tell you something, like, I wanna be a general manager for a college basketball or football team. But when they come over here and they see that I'm over here talking like this, they be like, that ain't the person I met. I was on a coach call, and it's been 2 or 3 people say, Tony, why are you talking proper? Because a coaching call is professional. YouTube is not professional. YouTube, I'm driving and talking. I'm shooting the breeze. I can't focus on trying to talk proper on YouTube. But on a coaching call, you done paid me money. I'm not finna be on there talking like I'm under the shade tree. Talking, the sister say, Tony, where the Texas accent? I said, no, this is coaching, you know. This is my proper voice. This is my coaching voice. And I said, hey, how are you? Thank you for signing up for a coaching call. And I remember one time I was trying to talk proper, and I had a client in the office, and I got off the phone. I was just ran the phone call, and I was like, hey, I signed it proper. The client was like, no, you actually sounded more country. I said, oh my goodness. But I can't help it though. When I'm in different zones, I'm in different zones. And so this is the thing. I'm working for the Lord. So I can't work for the industry. I can't work for the industry. And this is what you got to realize is, here I am, like, I have to speak on these things because I have been entrusted with over 500,000 people that at any given day, the whole 500,000 don't watch every video. If the whole 500,000 watch every video, so I might get 500,000 views in a whole month. So that might mean everybody might watch one video. So I get 500,000 views, or I might get 1 million views. You know, sometimes might get, you know, I probably the most views I done seen in a month, probably 2.3 or 2.5, something like that. Like 2 million views. Like, so it's not a lot of views. Considering my Facebook used to reach 20 million people a week. It's 80 million views I used to get on my quotes on Facebook. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Every black celebrity that got a podcast, they know who I am. Like Nick Cannon he brought on the young lady, the therapist who have her breasts out sometimes, and be like a temptress, like a seductress. And the therapist was just out with one of my other followers. That young lady followed me online, and she is a lesbian. The therapist was out with the lesbian. And so a lot of people saying, y'all therapist that's giving heterosexual relationship advice is a lesbian. And she be cussing up, but be talking about God using her, and stop and be pausing while she talking about God downloading something. God not talking to you. God is not talking to you. If you cursing, God not talking to you. God don't speak profanity. So let that be clear right there. And that's what I be trying to do, is let the babes in the Lord, I let the babies in the Lord know this is not of God. Anybody who curse in their speech is not being used by God. God does not speak profanity. You cannot mix the profane with the sacred. That's the first thing you could be sure of. If somebody curses when they speak, God is not speaking through them. There is no question about it. God does not use profanity. That ain't how God works. And that's what I be letting the people know. So what you have to realize and understand, I really don't want to be by this big old truck, boy. Go throw this trash out, cuz I ain't been drink that coffee. That coffee so hot, boy. He put this thing, that boy borrowed some of the devil water. Like, my goodness, thing hot. Like, yeesh. Boy, what you got going on? I'd be wrong to eat that sausage and egg after it fell on the side of my car, but it's sure looking good. But I'm sure about to go back to the old days and get on in there. And so this is the thing, what you got to understand is God not gonna speak through somebody using profanity. And so Nick Cannon brought on the therapist. How about I DM Nick Cannon, say, hey man, I want to come on your show and talk to the people. He opened it and hit me back. For sure, brother. All right. But then when he looked into my message, he realized my message is against his lifestyle of the sleeping around with a bunch of women, having a bunch of kids, not being in the home with those kids. So he don't want to bring me on and sit in front of that level of accountability. Like, he don't want to bring me on and have to answer my questions and have to explain why he doing it, because he could tell that the way I'm gonna answer them questions and the way we'll communicate, he understand that he will see the error in his ways, and he already know the error in his ways, but he don't want to confirm that he knows that, and that he misleading the youth, and that he's not living the way God intended for him to live. He know that. The same thing with Cam Newton. Cam Newton know exactly who I am. You not on the internet and not know who I am if you a black person, because I done had too many viral videos over the years. Just like the Pivot. All of the Pivot, they brought D1 on the show. They brought other internet people on the show. All of the Pivot hosts follow me. Ryan Clark follow me. Fred Taylor follow me. Channing Crowder follow me. They all follow me online. They all know who I am. But they not bringing me on the show because of other reasons. And it could be because of what they got going on in their life, or who I done spoke on that they cool with, or whatever it may be. But it's like, what I be trying to tell them is like, listen, bro, I'm not against nobody. I just feel like we need to live a higher standard. I ain't gonna go in this office over here today. I'm gonna go over here to the other office, to my other office. And I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Cause a lot of people don't really understand. Like when you work for God, and see, this is what I try to tell y'all. I work in here. This one of my offices. That's my stuff from a boys program, so it's a little messy. But this one, y'all see me sitting, and you see that white wall behind my head. I be sitting at that table right there. That's all my hydration. This is where my wife be working at when she sell her socks. The sock company that I help her start. And you see the elderberry gummies right there. And sometimes I'm tired, I need a nap. I lay down on the couch. This is my consistency line. These going on pre-order on Black Friday. These right here, I never had these go up yet. You see that say block and delete. These hoodies, block and delete hoodies. Those gonna go on sale soon. But see, I ain't gonna work over here today. And so listen. I work up here. I work alone. I'm in the office. I don't have no staff. I had a staff for a couple of weeks. I had a young lady, and I was paying for her to Uber to work, and it was $20 here, $20 back. That's $40 a day. 40 times 5. That's 200. Lord, this lizard have been waiting to get in here every day. He been waiting to get in here. Every day he been waiting to get in here. Every day he been waiting to get in here. Come on out of here now. You been waiting to get in. Go on that way. Come on now. This lizard, he sits at the door and it's like, bro, go this way. He sit at the door and it's like, sir, it's not even that hot outside. Not that hot, not that cold. Sir, go on out the door. Yeah, go on out the door. Like, he trying to come in here and live. No, sir. You're not finna live in here. So look, some of y'all have seen this. Some of y'all knew. In my other office. These little pictures I got off of Instagram artists. My little couch. My wife got my little golf. That's my walking pad when you talking to me. There's my little meeting table. So that's why I say, if you in the mastermind, we're gonna meet right here at my office. Meet right there, talk. See, my wife got that humble hustle. Got my cold coffee. Got my hot coffee. Got my ice maker. Got my fridge with all my little waters and things in there. Got this board off of, I'm a sucker for Instagram advertising. So got that board off of there, the Vibe board. Now I've been in these offices for 3 years. No, 4 years. Oh, one of my lights that went out. This a little side office. We don't use this. I ain't did nothing with it. So that'll be like a little intern office. There goes some of my product. Fridge and microwave. This my podcast room that I don't use yet. That's my boys program. All the stuff from the boys program. Boys program taking up a lot of space. This right here, when we do our mastermind, Tony Gasson Academy, and the notebooks. Let me see if this thing showing what I'm trying to show. Tony Gasson Academy. These for my boys program, some little G-Shocks. That's their jerseys and stuff. This is right here some products for people who send in products to me to see their product. This my logistics room. Man, it's messy in here now. This my son sock line. This my cards, my relationship cards. It's a relationship quiz game. Put a deck of cards in a pile, take turn pulling the card. The first person will draw a card and ask the person to the left the question written on the card. Once the person on the left answers the questionnaire will choose the answer that matches the closest. Depending on the answer given, points will be rewarded to the person accordingly. The person who just finished answering the question gets to pull a card and ask the person on their left. Once the deck finishes, the player with the most points wins. Up to 10 players at a time can play. That's a relationship quiz game that I created. I don't even sell them. I sold some on. Some of y'all got it. A couple of y'all came back the address wrong. This right here, this the other consistency shirt. Black Friday. I showed y'all the consistency hoodie, the block and delete. Now, I got another product. Oh, y'all been telling me, and this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. See it right there? Y'all gotta forgive me. I got the shirts. I just ain't launched it yet. See, I done had these shirts for like a year, but I ain't launched it. That's how you know I'm not money hungry. That's how you know I'm not money hungry. I done had these shirts. The y'all gotta forgive me shirts. And y'all, this right here, y'all visit one of my folks. Little leaders. Get this for your daughter. Little leaders. It's little leaders. Get that for your daughter. Got little leaders apparel. Get that for little leaders. Oh, this was something I was sending one of my pro soccer clients. So look, I got the y'all gotta forgive me shirts. So I'm gonna release those. I'm gonna release them. I might just put it on Etsy though, because it's not a part of the consistency brand. So I can't really put it on the consistency site. And this is what my wife got me. This is where the magic happens. This little sign. Now, of course, we don't believe in magic, but just what the sign say. So y'all don't be too saved for yourself. And this is another little shipping station. This is where we weigh the stuff at. The blessed pendants that y'all bought. The sterling silver and lab diamond blessed pendants. Get this here. This right here, we weigh our packages. Everything. So this one I'm gonna be teaching in the mastermind. How you run a whole business by yourself. Now my wife is my help, but if you got a friend or you got a whatever, and this is my main office where I sit at. My thing fell off the wall. This right here, my shirt section. So if I'm shooting a course and I gotta shoot multiple videos, see this here good shirt, boom, put that on. Next video, boom, put that shirt on. Next video, boom, put that shirt on. When I started filming with Caleb, here go the blazer. Boom, put that blazer on. Boom, look at this boss shirt. Another boss shirt. Boom, put that shirt on. Here go another blazer and fell back there. See, this the whole, another blazer right there. This the whole organization. Like this right here. See, this the behind the scenes that y'all don't get to see. That's the behind the scenes of this here thing. And that's why I try to tell y'all, like, and I come in here, everybody's so focused on having a team. I keep all my money to myself, for my family. And then I hire independent contractors. Nobody is on salary. Nobody is on retainer. You eat what you kill. You do a job, I pay you for that job. I go on about my business. And I'm teaching my clients how to do the same. This is my t-shirts I had made for wealthofhealth.com, which that site getting redone. Billionaire, I'm selling that. So if you like gummies, you like elderberry gummies, I'll throw in some shirts with it. Like elderberry gummies, I got me a new shipment in of some gummies, so I probably got about 300-400, but I'm not marketing right now. I'm not selling it because I realize that's a full-time commitment, and I don't want to do that. It's a full-time commitment, so I did it. Guess what? I made my money back that I invested, so now I could sell it, make me an offer for it. You'll get the wealthofhealth.com website. I'm setting the best offer. You'll get the wealthofhealth.com website. You'll get the 300-400 gummies I got. Gummies have a 2-year shelf life, so you'll be all right. And then you'll get the first set of shout outs from me to let people know that you're the new owner and they can shop with you. And then you just package and ship. And so this is what I want you to realize and understand is this where the work come from. And this the work I focus on. Now this another client sent me this, Man in Maine. Y'all go to manandmaine.com. It's like beard product. Get this tripod real quick. This is where the work come from. And this what I'm trying to tell you is what I just showed you. Think about that. Think about what I just showed you. Ain't nobody in the industry got that, what I just showed you. A whole house and 2 whole offices and work by themselves every day. Come in their office solo dolo and use the office for multi-purpose. Ain't nobody got that. You know why? Because God is real and God sustain you and God can bless you and you don't have to have a team if you got God. You don't need everybody. You don't need all that extra stuff if you got God. Social media is free. I've given you an hour-long masterclass right here today. Right here today. We've done an hour-long masterclass while I'm driving, while I bought a coffee, while I done left my coffee in the doggone car. Let me go get my coffee. Left my coffee in the car. All right the other day. And so that's what I want you to realize and understand, that this is what, and I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't believe. I've never had a mentor in this. Like, nobody showed me how to be a solopreneur. Like, nobody showed me that. I've never had a mentor in this. I love my coffee sitting on my door sill. Nobody showed me that. Let me see if the coffee's still hot and good. Okay, a little heat on it, little heat on it. So guess what? Let me tell you something. When you work for God, He will give you the wisdom that you need. God will give you everything that you need when you work for God. He's gonna do it. So I learned through ingenuity and creativity. See that behind my head? Consistency. I learned from ingenuity and creativity what needed to be done. And so that's what I'm gonna be teaching in the mastermind, to teach you how to be self-sustainable with you and God. If all you got is God, and look at here, Good Fruit Coffee Roasters in Tampa, Florida. Y'all forgive me, y'all know I don't like to drink on the camera now. That's my sound panel. They're handmade. I can't take those off the wall because it pulled the paint off. Those sound panels. You see my little consistency sign? My wife decorated this here for me. You see the stuff on the wall? I got to take that wallpaper off because it's peeling. They got my little TV over there. Listen, this is my little oasis. And I've been over there next door for the longest. It probably was people sitting there like, oh, Tony probably done failed. Tony probably done lost it all. One day I might let it go. I want to get the little office of the road because I want to do my little men's speakeasy for married and faithful men to have a place to go and kick back and relax and just shoot the breeze and watch the game and just build as married and faithful men. I want to create a space for us. And so this is the thing. People try to, y'all seen the guy, Alex Hormozy. He talking about, if you want to be successful at something, stop trying something new every 3 months. If you want to try something new every 3 months, try something new every 3 months. Like, everybody don't want to make $100 million from one company. Everybody ain't meant to do one thing. Some of us gonna have 50 million businesses. Some of us gonna make 1 million businesses versus before we make $1 million. If that's your path in life, that's your path in life. The thing about it is you can only go so far with advice. You got to learn how to advise yourself. You got to learn how to take what you learn, take what you hear, and then put your fingerprint on it and you build on it. So you could take, in the mastermind, I'm going to bring you in my system. You could come any Saturday in the year. If you join the mastermind, it's only going to be $4,500. And it's going to be 9 months long, from April through December. And then in the first 3 months, we'll just do like little intro calls and stuff while people, because it's a payment plan. So I want to make sure the people that's in it have made the payment. Now, if you make the payment in full, which I would just do it in full, but it would be unfair because not everybody have $4,500 laying around. So I'm not going to do that. But on Black Friday, it's going to launch. And here's the thing. If you in the mastermind, you could come to the office any Saturday. We just got to work around Tallen soccer games. So I'll let you know. Tallen play at this time. We'll meet at the office. And I'm going to bring you in my ecosystem. And when you see my ecosystem, you're going to say, okay, I see what Tony doing. Tony is a man. Tony is, caution, lefty at work. A lefty at work. Tony is left-handed. So I might be left-brained. I don't know. Tony is. That office a little messy with them shirts over there. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Y'all forgive me drinking my coffee. And so you're going to see my ecosystem. And that's access. Myron Golden program. You can't come to his office any Saturday out the year. Can't come to his office any Saturday out the year. And his program $50,000. $50,000. Can't talk to him every quarter, one-on-one. And it's $50,000. I just had a client that I coached. She took a man who is a no-name man. That man ain't did nothing. Ain't built nothing. Talking about he teaching people how to be a successful coach. He not even a successful coach. My client paid $7,300 for a 4-month program, and the man ain't built nothing but a nice website. All he built is a nice website. That's it. So listen, my program, $4,500, and you see what I done built. And done been at it for 18 years and work alone. No industry stamps. No industry collaborations. Like, Kirk Franklin not finna bring me on Den of Thieves because I had to talk on him. I had to talk about his friend Tyler Perry for the fondling situation. DeVon Franklin ain't finna do no movie deal with me, most likely, because I had to speak on his divorce. And I had to speak on his friend Tory Roberts' divorce. And I had to speak on his friend Tyler Perry lawsuit. So guess what? Because I stand on the word of God, and I got to teach right from wrong, righteousness from unrighteousness, that isolates you. It separates you. Because people want to talk about, you know, and then people get so, don't judge, don't judge. It's not judging. It's accountability. It's talking about what we are called to. And we got to start talking about the lessons that God need us to teach, that God want us to teach. We got to talk about it. And so what I want to see, I want to see people who want to be praised, not necessarily praised, but I want to see people who want to be heard, who want to be listened to, who want to have an audience, who want to have a voice, who want to have significance. I want those people to have accountability when stuff don't go right. And I want them to teach on their mistakes as much as they teach on their wins. I want them to spend as much time. Like, for example, Steve Harvey wrote relationship book, Act Like a Man, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman, or Act Like a Lady, but never went into detail and taught the lessons of how his first 2 marriages failed and what he did wrong, what they did wrong. It's like that would have been the best book. The best book would have been What Went Wrong. And that's what I want people to start doing. Like, don't just seek the praise and all of that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, well, Tony, why you throw yourself under the bus? Why you talk so bad about yourself? Because that's what we learn from. So I'm not ashamed that I was a womanizer, abusive boyfriend, and toxic and all of that, controlling. Like, that's what helped birth the wisdom that I have now. The videos that you see from me on a daily basis come from where I suffered, where I failed, where I was unrighteous. And God took and turned that into a ministry. And you see what God can do. God can sit you up in your own place with your own solace, with your own peace, so you could do things the way that he tell you to do it, and you not have to get it approved by nobody. And you could work on your own. I don't edit my videos. I film my video while I'm driving, while I'm moving around, while I'm going to get coffee. And this video finna go straight up. And my first call is in 1 hour and 20 minutes. And this video finna go straight up. When I hit 1 hour and 30 minutes, I'm gonna shut it on down. And this video going up with no editing. And guess what? I'm going to turn on the monetization. And it's going to earn money from YouTube ad network. And that's going to be ministry in the same time a part of how I feed my family. So it's purpose, but also with the provision, which some people may call profit. But it's really provision. It's what God is awarding you and giving you the wisdom to get wealth while you're working for him. So it's nothing wrong. And that's what a lot of people get wrong. It's nothing wrong with Christians making money. It's nothing wrong with you having a purpose, and that purpose also being provision for your life. God is going to provide for your life through you being obedient in your purpose. And it's a lot that I could teach, but the thing about it is a lot of it, I need somebody to ask me the question. And a lot of people just don't know how to ask questions. A lot of people don't ask good questions. They like, I coach people every day and they be like, I don't really know what to say. I really don't have any questions, or I really don't. And that right there is a fatal flaw. And that's what you got to work on. I coached a sister yesterday. The most profound, I think she went to ChatGPT. And I say that facetiously, like, I don't know. But she could have went to ChatGPT because she work in the AI business too. She know how to do AI. That sister asked me the best questions I've ever been asked on a coaching session in my life. I literally feel like if that was her mind, that sister mind is prolific. But I literally feel like them questions were so good. I thought it was an AI. Do you hear me? And I'm going to tell you what the sister hit me with on the last question. She say, is there any question that I did not ask that you think I should have asked? I said, whoa, this was the bad, boy. I'm like, what in the world? Like, she asked me some questions. Like, I mean, her question was profound. And I'm like, if this was to take action on what we talked about, this is going to be a billionaire. Like, she going to be a billionaire because she really had questions. And it's like, go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm finna talk to Tony A. Gaskin Jr. It already know who I am, so I don't care nothing about that. I'm finna talk to Tony A. Gaskin Jr., celebrity life coach and best-selling author, about this right here. Give me 10 questions that I should ask him in our 1 hour session and get the whole question. So when you come and we talk on this phone for $125, when my regular rate is $500, which even at $500, that is a discount. Because I'm supposed to be charging $2,500 to $3,500 an hour. And I've never done that. Somebody told me that the relationship coach, Matthew Hussey, charged $10,000 an hour. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm on the phone for $125 an hour, and Matthew Hussey can't hold a candle to me when it comes to relationship advice. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's people out here that's doing this for money and just money alone. Like, I'm not against making money. What I'm against is greed. What I'm against is taking advantage of people. So here's this man who is a no name charging $7,300 if you pay up front in full, and over $10,000 if you do a payment plan, and ain't built nothing. That's what angers me. And he talking about he teaching people how to be successful life coaches. No, you teaching people how to scam people. That's what you're teaching. You're not teaching them how to be a purpose-driven life coach. You're teaching them how to play on people's insecurity and to charge them absurd prices. That's what you're teaching. And so for the mastermind that we doing is 2 calls a month. And I'm going to be bringing other people who specialize in different aspects and components of business to talk, just so it's just not my voice alone, unless y'all just say, Tony, if you know this information, we'll rather just hear it directly from you. And that's what I might do, because a lot of times I turn the mic over to somebody and they realize like, oh, it's a lot harder than it looked. And they might be stuttering and stuff like that. But we're going to learn every aspect of business. And it's things that I'm still learning. I'm not good at every aspect of it. But some stuff is just procrastination. So we're going to talk about those things in the mastermind. But here's the thing, and why I want to do it is because I believe that every single person need to have a business. And you need to have a brand, because your job is not guaranteed. Like how you getting paid today, you might not be getting paid like that in 6 months. So you need to have something you can fall back on. So be ready. You're going to see it. It's going to say probably Solopreneur Mastermind. And it's going to be on Black Friday. It's going live. It's going to be $4,500. You can pay in. You could pay up front in full. I'm going to put a link that you can, if you want to finance it, no interest through Klarna or Afterpay, you could do that. So I'll put a link, and that'll probably be in the prerequisite of the course. Or no, that link will go out to the email list. So if you're not in a course on Tony Gaskins Academy already, and it could be a free course, and you don't get my emails, then you're not going to get that link to be able to finance through Klarna and Afterpay. But on the site, Tony Gaskins Academy, there will be a payment plan where it's 20% down. So on Black Friday, that's $900. It's 20% down, and then it'll be financed for 5 equal payments after that. So technically 6 payments. The $900 down, then I think it's like $725 or something like that a month to pay the $4,500 if you sign up on Black Friday. Come December, it goes to its market price, my market price, $5,000. I'm not gonna charge you $50,000 like my boy. I'm not gonna charge you $7,300 to $10,000 like my boy for a group program. I'm not gonna do you like that. But I'm gonna give you 10x more value. And our sessions now, for some of y'all who already have done some things, it'll be reiteration, but you're gonna learn maybe what you did wrong and why your business not scaling. One of the main things you're gonna learn is this right here behind my head: consistency. That's the main thing why your business not scaling, why your brand not going. Because I talk to people and they like, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I say, well, how often do you post? Once a week. What else do we have to talk about? Like that's your answer. You're not putting the work in. Like, it look good, your logo look good, your website look good, but you're not doing the work. You got to do the work. You can't skip the work. You can't skip the steps. If you do the work, you're gonna get the results. So listen, y'all lock in, be ready. Get over there, TonyGasAcademy.com. Sign up for a free course if you're not in a course. The all access. If you can't do the mastermind, do the all access. It's only $170. You'll see it, all access membership. That's one time a year. That's not a monthly payment. That's one time a year. And you got access to over 70 courses. You could do the self-work and go through all them courses, and it'll bless you. This is Tony Gas, and God bless you. All the important links in the description. We'll talk soon.